I'm here today to talk about the 7th episode of Delicious Party PreCure. Cure Yum Yum is finally here with us. So let's talk about this episode. There are lots of things to say. Oh my god, what a crazy ride this was. And the start of the episode really got me back to to Tropical-Rouge with its pacing, because this episode was very frenetic. It really felt a little bit of the Tropical-Rouge feel to me, especially at the start. Because at the start we had Kokone and Yui talking about the posts on Cure's style and how they were feeling that the person that posted those things was part of the bundle gang, because the bundle gang was always attacking the places that this person was posting. So they talked to Rosemary, and at the same time Rosemary was already there because Rosemary wanted to eat ramen, especially with someone that was just awakened, who was Men. So we finally get to see Men. There were so many things happening at the same time, and I feel like Tropical-Rouge had this feeling too of this frenetic feel and narrative. And the girls could have talked to Rosemary first in Yui's house and then they could go, but no, they talked to Rosemary was already there, and then at the next scene everyone was there already. So cool, amazing and gorgeous. I love this crazy pacing. That's great. And when they got there, we had the lovely scene of Men's name. I'm obviously not even gonna try it, and I love how they are not forgetting about Pom Pom. Pom Pom is there. Pom Pom is alive, and she is acting. She is, giving it her all. And every time she's always on action in scenes and everything. So I love Pom Pom so much. She's becoming one of my favorite mascots. And, she was happy to see Men. She showed Men's name. She talked about Men's name, and I loved Yui's reaction. And Kokone getting her. Girl, the ship is sailing. The ship is sailing. Girl, loved that scene so much. And then we see the girls meeting Miran, and Miran giving them their ramen, and they all started eating. I really like the setting of her restaurant, her family's restaurant. And I also loved the scene of all of them eating. Even the mascots were eating. That was very cute. But obviously the most important thing at that scene was to see Iran's passion for what she did. And I loved that scene for a lot of reasons. One of them, which is one thing I would probably have to say every time I talk about Iran, is her voice actor. Her voice actor is very, very good. Probably the best one so far. Love her. I absolutely love her. And at that scene, we could see the passion that Ran has for the food that her family does. And we could also see the passion that her family has for the ramen they do, and how hard they had to fight to get the flavor they have. And that scene was great because we were able to see Ran as a child. We were able to see how much the family fought to get the flavor that they have right now, and also how the family grew over time, because we could see Ran by herself, we could see Ran with a little baby, and then we could see Ran the little baby growing up a little bit, and then another baby being born. So we could see that the family was getting bigger at the time, and Ran is the older sister of this family, and so her parents were having more babies, and the family was growing while they were on this quest for the flavor. That was very nice. Very simple little details, but they are already presenting information to us, the viewers, and I really like that. And so at that scene, I think that Kokone and Yui gave up on that idea, because there was the whole recipe thing. Ran can see them, and there was this connection between Ran and Yui, because they can all see the recipes. And then there was that whole thing with Men was forgotten there. Rosemary ended up forgetting Men there, and so we had a little scene of Men connecting with Ran. Oh, there was another important thing at that moment. We have Yui's grandmother as the narrator of the show. At least the voice actor is the same. But we had a mention. Ran's mother knows Yui's grandmother, and she mentioned her by name, and she mentioned that she was Yui's grandmother, and she knows them, she knows the family restaurant and everything. So there is this connection, and I am very curious about Yui's grandma. So I wonder if we're gonna have more information as time goes by. I mean, we probably will, but I want it. Bring it to us. And so there was this lovely scene between Men Men and Ran. I love that they took a picture at the end because this is Ran's gimmick. This is Ran's thing. I love that. And they took this picture at the end, and Ran connected with Men Men throughout ramen and the flavor. And they also talked about like hoka hoka hearts and how important that is for Ran and how important it is for her family. Love that. Like the characterization of Ran and her passion for ramen and her passion for making food for people and how happy she gets with this was gorgeous in this episode. And then we get Rosemary, we get Men Men back with the girls, and the girls know that Ran knows about Men Men, and is not only a stuffed animal. And then we go to the school scene, which was also another very, very interesting moment. So we have a Bandru gang scene, which was also interesting because Gentlu is cooking up a new plan, and Secreturu says that that is a good plan, so like she gives her approval, and she also says that she also wants to get in action. So for the first time, we see Secreturu more interested, not only in criticizing Gentlu or making sure she's making the right thing, she wants to jump into the fray, finally. I think that we still need more time for Gentlu to attack the girls and connect with the girls well, and like we see that in the next episode, it's going to be Gentlu again, but we're probably going to see Secreturu attacking sometime soon. And then we see the scene at the school with the student council president going after them. And that was, oh my god, what, what an ominous scene. I loved that. I loved seeing the student council president just listening in the corner with her face not fully showing, like super suspicious. And then her like deliberately going after Dan and cooking up a plan for Dan herself. And love it. I love Amane's face. Like Amane's facial expressions were really gorgeous in this episode. I love that so much. Amazing. And then the plan starts and we see Ran's restaurant giving up a meal with half the price. Before that, we have a scene with Men Men sharing this idea of Hoka Hoka Hearts with the girls and Rosemary and talking about how he connected with Ran. And in that scene, we also had a nice moment of Kokone giving food to Kome Kome. So it's nice that like we don't have only Yui and Kome Kome, Kokone and Pom Pom. You know, they're interchanging things a little bit with the mascots and the girls. I really enjoy it. And then we see the girls going there one more time. There are lots and lots and lots of people. The girls and Rosemary, they end up helping Ran at the restaurant. It's very nice seeing their parents as well working very hard and being thankful for that. But then Gentlu attacks and Ran sees that. When Gentlu attacks, there is a new visual on that. I wonder what that is. I believe Gentlu is going to start creating stronger recipes, the monsters, Ubaozos. I think she's going to create stronger Ubaozos, and that's probably like a visual cue that she's going to start trying to, because she is, but at the same time that she is creating them, they're not working because the girls are also getting stronger and more cures are appearing. And so we see the girls going to the delicious field and Men Men staying behind with Ran. And then Ran, for the first time, Ran understands why the food doesn't taste the same because of the recipes being stolen. So she gets in the delicious field as well because of her willpower of the foods becoming stronger again. And I love how Ran always wears her emotion in her sleeves. You know, she's always reacting to things. She's always very passionate about everything in her life. And I really like that about her. And her voice actor is always there to match the energy that Ran needs. Love that so much. And then we see this happening and done entering the delicious field after an emotional moment with Men Men. And the fighting scene of this episode was probably the only thing I did not like. I said that this episode felt very Tropical-Rouge to me, even in the fighting scene, because the Tropical-Rouge fighting scenes were not very good. And I feel like the fighting scene of this episode, I don't know, especially because it was Yum Yum's debut, it didn't feel as good as the others. First, because the Ubauzo was supposed to be the strongest Ubauzo so far, and I think that it was just a joke fight, and he didn't really do anything big for the fight at all. And emotion-wise, I liked it because we had Gentulu teasing Ran a lot. And I mean, if Ran is able to connect 1 plus 1, she is gonna be able to understand that Amane and Gentulu have something in common, and everything that happened had a reason for happening because of the student council president. But probably there's a lot of respect for the student council president, so they're not gonna go there directly, at least for now. I don't know. Let's see where things go. But I liked the debate that they had before the fighting started with Yum Yum's birth, because we had at one side Yum Yum wanting to get the recipes back because lots of people were there eating and they wanted to eat. And Gentulu said that they were only there because of the price and not because of the flavor. This shakes up Ran's confidence and passion about her own family. But the other people were there to reassure her. And I think that this is important for a couple of reasons. One, there was first Cure Precious sharing her thoughts on the food. And this is something that usually happens in PreCure. We have the main character, the pink or the lead, helping the others and bringing the others up. This time, it was not only Precious. It was Cure Precious, it was Rosemary, and it was Cure Spicy. And all of them were sharing how much they loved the food. And that reassured Ran back and made her remember. Because when we're feeling down, everything that is thrown at us shakes our feelings towards things and our confidence towards things. So it's understandable for her to feel that way. But that reassured her and reminded her how she feels about her own food and how her family fought for the food that they're giving. And the people might have been there, might have been attracted to that place because everything was cheaper. But the flavor is something that they are always delivering. It's something they're proud of. And she is going to fight to get that flavor back. I really liked that at that moment. And I also liked that all that she said gave Men Men a lot of power, and Men Men was able to use like the fiery beam. But the pacing of the fighting scene felt really off and weird to me. But we had Yum Yum transforming in an emotional moment. Loved the transformation, super beautiful. Liked it very much, like a lot. It was a beautiful transformation with beautiful moments. Love the black backgrounds. Oh my god, it gives it such an intense and an intense connotation to the transformation. Very, very nice. And after that, we had like Spicy giving a little support to Yum Yum, and then Yum Yum using her minor attack and then using her final attack. Yum Yum Limes is also very nice. One of the things, the only problem I have with the attacks of this season is the lack of impact when the attack hits the Ubauzes, but that's the only thing I don't really like. But overall, I didn't really enjoy the fighting scene of this episode, even though there were like not nice shots of Precious getting all dizzy. That's gonna become a meme for sure in the fandom. But this is the only thing I didn't really enjoy about the episode. Gentulu's reaction to the whole thing is also very interesting to take notice. She knows Yum Yum is here, and she knows all cures by their names. Very early on, she knows their names. So this, when you know the name of someone, it creates a connection between you and the other person you know the names. So, girl, we're on the lookout for you, Gentlew. And then the last scene of this episode was super, super cute, with Ran being accepted into the group and Ran calling the girls nicknames. We have Yui Pom, Yui Pom for Yui. We have Coco P for Kokone, and Kokone's reaction to that was so lovely. And Rosemary didn't present himself to Ran at that time, so when he did, he became Maripe as well. I love it. Girl, so nice. And also another thing that I loved was Kokone's reaction to the whole thing. Kokone did not open up very fast to Ran. That's probably going to take a little time, because she opened herself to Yui, and then she opened herself to Rosemary, and now she's gonna take her own time to open herself to Ran as well. It was not that quick, you know, they didn't change Kokone right off the bat, and I love this about Delicious Party. Loving that they're taking their time with each of the characters. And at the end, we had that beautiful picture of them. Kokone's super, super socially awkward. I love that, you know, those little details, they really are making Delicious Party for me. I'm loving. So yeah, Ran, loved your debut. Very, very nice. I think overall, and the last scene, you know, the girls saying that they recognize Ran and they know that she is shooting, and the way she was very shy about it and the way she accepted it and admitted being shooting, girl, love that scene so much as well. That was so cute and it was so well animated. That moment was so well animated, and I love the range of emotions Ran showed in this episode. Amazing episode. Delicious Party, awesome. And I'm very, very excited for next week. I think next week is also going to be a very, very strong episode for Delicious. And I wonder how things are going to go with Ran noticing that her posts have been creating a little bit of chaos in the world. And people have been losing their taste. Not because of her, but she's going to blame herself for sure. So I'm very curious for next week. But how did you feel about episode 7 of Delicious Party PreCure? This is my opinion. Please leave yours in the comment box. Anyways, everybody, I just want to take this little time to thank the members of the Magical Cinnamon channel. If you are a member, I really, really, really appreciate your support and you standing by Magical Cinnamon. Thank you very, very much. And if you watched the channel, thank you so much as well. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.